This is your everyday English class.
Hello, welcome to English Cactus. My name is Anna.
And my name is Brian. This podcast will help you practice your English in a fun and natural way, improving your listening skills.
Learning English in real-life situations can feel difficult sometimes, right? Maybe you understand a little, but when it's time to speak, you feel nervous or stuck.
And here's something interesting. Many people think they need perfect grammar first, but that's not true. You can start communicating with simple sentences about your real life.
Exactly. And today's topic is something everyone can talk about: family traditions around the world.
This is a great topic because you can use simple vocabulary to talk about food, celebrations, memories, and daily life.
So relax, grab your coffee, and don't worry if you don't understand everything the first time.
After the dialogue, we will explain the main phrases, vocabulary, and cultural tips. It will become much easier.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support is very important to us, and this way you won't miss any new lessons.
And leave a comment telling us where you are from. We love to read your messages.
Now, take a deep breath, relax,
And let's begin.
Hey Liz, good to see you again. I've been thinking about family traditions around the world. It's such a rich topic.
Hey, Leo. I agree. It's a beautiful topic because everyone has something to share. Even simple traditions can be very meaningful.
Exactly. And it's great for English learners, too. We can use simple vocabulary and talk about real life.
Yes, and for everyone listening, keep going. You're doing great. Study English every day, even if it's just a few minutes.
That's a great mindset. So let's start with one of the most common traditions, family meals.
Oh, yes, food brings people together everywhere. In many cultures, eating together is very important.
Right. For example, in the United States, families celebrate Thanksgiving with a big meal.
They usually eat turkey, mashed potatoes, and pie, right?
Yes, exactly. And it's not just about the food, it's about spending time together and saying thanks.
In many countries, Christmas dinner is also a big tradition. Families cook special dishes and stay together for hours.
In Italy, Sunday lunch is very important. Families meet, eat slowly, and talk a lot.
That sounds so warm. In China, during Lunar New Year, families travel long distances just to have dinner together.
I love that idea. Even if life is busy, people make time for family.
Sorry, did you say busy or easy?
Busy.
Got it, thanks. And yes, meals are more than food. They are about connection and love.
Also, recipes are often passed down from generation to generation.
Like a grandmother teaching a special soup recipe?
Exactly. And those memories carry recipes.
I like that. Food becomes part of the family story.
Some families also have rules, like waiting for everyone before eating.
Or saying thank you before the meal.
That shows gratitude. It's a simple but powerful habit.
Totally agree. Now let's talk about greetings and respect in families.
Good idea. Different cultures have different ways to greet people.
Yes, some people hug, some shake hands, and some bow.
In many cultures, showing respect to older people is very important.
In India, for example, some people touch the feet of elders.
And in Korea, people use polite language with older family members.
So respect is not only about actions, but also about words.
Exactly. For English learners, this is important. Tone and context matter.
Right. Saying hi is okay for friends, but good morning may be better for older people.
What do you recommend if someone visits a new country?
I'd say observe first, smile, and ask politely.
Like saying, what is the usual way to greet people here?
Yes, perfect. That shows respect and interest.
No problem. Asking is always a good strategy.
Now let's move to weddings. This is a big one.
Oh yes, weddings are full of traditions.
In some countries, weddings are huge celebrations.
In India, they can last several days with music and dancing.
And very colorful clothes, too.
In other places, weddings are smaller but still very meaningful.
I like how families are involved in weddings.
Yes, it's not just two people, it's two families coming together.
Some families pass down special items like jewelry.
That creates a strong connection between generations.
Also, traditions can change over time.
Yes, some people want modern weddings.
And they may ask, can we make it simpler?
Or can we do it differently?
I think it's okay to mix tradition and personal style.
I agree. Traditions can grow and adapt.
Now let's talk about birthdays and special ages.
Good topic. Birthdays are important in many cultures.
Yes, with cake, candles, and gifts.
But some ages are more special.
In the US, 16 is a big milestone.
And in Latin America, 15 is very important.
That's the quinceañera.
Yes, a big celebration with family and friends.
It marks the transition to adulthood.
In other cultures, there are similar traditions.
These moments help people understand life changes.
Exactly. They say, you are growing up.
In my family, birthdays are simple but special.
What do you usually do?
We have dinner together, and the birthday person chooses the meal.
That's nice. In my family, we do something similar.
Really, that's fun.
Yes, and my mom always says, it's on me today.
That's so sweet.
It's a simple tradition, but full of love.
That's the key. Traditions don't need to be expensive.
They need meaning.
Exactly. Now let's talk about holidays and memories.
This is my favorite part.
Mine too. Holidays bring families together.
And they also bring memories.
In Mexico, families remember loved ones who passed away.
They create special spaces with photos and food.
That's very emotional and beautiful.
Yes, it shows that family continues over time.
Storytelling is also a tradition.
Older family members share stories from the past,
And those stories teach important lessons.
like kindness, patience, and courage.
Children may forget rules, but they remember stories.
That's true.
Today, families live far from each other.
Yes, but technology helps.
Families can connect through video calls.
They can even eat together online.
That's amazing, a new kind of tradition.
It shows that tradition is about intention.
Sorry, did you say intention?
Yes, intention.
Got it. The decision to connect.
Exactly.
Even a weekly phone call can be a tradition.
Or sending messages and photos.
Small actions can become very meaningful.
Let's give some simple sentences for learners.
Good idea.
You can say, in my family, we eat together on Sundays.
Or we visit my grandparents every year.
Also, we have a special meal on holidays.
These are easy and useful.
If you feel nervous, say, this is our tradition.
Or we do this every year.
Simple English works very well.
Yes, don't wait for perfect English.
Just speak.
Keep going, you're doing great.
Learn something new every day.
Before we finish, why do traditions matter?
Because people need connection.
I agree. Life is busy, and traditions bring us together.
They help us remember what is important.
And they give us identity.
Even small traditions matter.
Like a weekly dinner or a phone call.
These moments become special over time.
Traditions are not about money.
They are about meaning.
And love.
Exactly.
Thanks for this conversation.
Thank you. I really enjoyed it. And for everyone listening, keep practicing.
Speak, listen, and don't be afraid.
Your English will improve step by step.
See you next time.
Take care.
Wow, that was such a beautiful and meaningful conversation. We really enjoyed that story.
Yes, and remember, we always work hard to bring you the best content for free.
Now let's break everything down step by step. First, we'll go through the most useful phrases from the dialogue.
Then we'll explain important vocabulary, and finally, we'll talk about some cultural tips. This will help you understand everything much better.
Let's start with an important sentence. Leo said, family traditions around the world are a rich topic.
That's a great sentence. Rich topic means a topic full of ideas, stories, and meaning. You can use this expression in many situations.
For example, you can say, travel is a rich topic, or music is a rich topic. It means there is a lot to talk about.
Then Liz answered, every family has something to share.
This is a simple but powerful sentence. You can use this structure in many ways.
For example, every student has something to learn, or every person has something to teach.
Next, Leo said, meals bring people together.
This is a very common expression. Bring people together means to connect people emotionally or physically.
You can also say, music brings people together, or sports bring people together.
Liz replied, meals are more than food. They are about connection and love.
That's a beautiful idea. More than is very useful.
For example, this is more than a job, or this is more than a hobby.
Another important moment, Leo said, recipes are passed down from generation to generation.
Passed down means something is given from older people to younger people.
You can say, this tradition is passed down in my family.
Or stories are passed down through time.
Liz said, respect is not only about actions, but also about words.
This is a great structure. Not only, but also.
For example, learning English is not only about grammar, but also about practice.
Very useful for speaking and writing.
Leo also said, traditions can grow and adapt.
Adapt means to change to fit new situations.
For example, people adapt to new cultures.
Or, we must adapt to change.
Another nice phrase, traditions don't need to be expensive, they need meaning.
That's a very strong message.
You can use this structure. They don't need X, they need Y.
For example, you don't need perfect English. You need practice.
Finally, Leo said, simple English works very well.
That's very important for learners.
Don't try to be perfect, try to be clear.
And Liz added, don't wait for perfect English. Just speak.
That's one of the best pieces of advice.
Absolutely. Keep going. You're doing great.
Now, let's talk about some important vocabulary from the dialogue.
These words are very useful in real conversations.
The first word is tradition.
A tradition is something people do regularly, often in the same way.
For example, in my family, we have a tradition of eating together on Sundays.
The opposite idea could be something new or a new habit.
The next word is gather.
Gather means to come together in one place.
Example, my family gathers for holidays.
You can also say meet, but gather feels warmer and more emotional.
Another word is recipe.
A recipe is a set of instructions to cook something.
Example, my grandmother has a special recipe.
Recipes are often part of family traditions.
Next word, respect.
Respect means showing care and value for someone.
Example, we show respect to older people.
The opposite could be disrespect.
Another important word is celebrate.
To celebrate means to do something special for an event.
Example, we celebrate birthdays with cake.
You can celebrate many things: holidays, success, or life moments.
Next word, memory.
A memory is something you remember from the past.
Example, this tradition creates good memories.
Memories are very important in family life.
Last word, connection.
Connection means a feeling of being close to someone.
Example, family traditions create connection.
It's a very important word in relationships.
Now let's talk about some cultural tips. This part is very important to understand real-life English.
Yes, because language and culture always go together.
First, family meals. In many cultures, eating together is very important.
In some places, it is polite to wait for everyone before eating.
If you are not sure, observe others or ask politely.
You can say, should we start? Or do we wait for everyone?
Second, greetings.
Different cultures have different ways to greet people.
In some places, a hug is normal. In others, a handshake is better.
If you are unsure, a smile and a simple hello is always safe.
Third, respect for elders.
In many cultures, older people are treated with special respect.
This can be in language, tone, or actions.
Always try to be polite and attentive.
Fourth, celebrations.
Some celebrations are big and others are small.
Don't assume every culture celebrates in the same way.
Be open and curious.
Last tip. Traditions change.
Yes, modern families mix old and new traditions.
That's normal and healthy.
You can respect tradition and still create something new.
This was a great lesson.
Yes, and now everything should be much clearer.
Keep practicing, keep listening, and keep learning.
You're doing amazing.
Now we're going to give you some useful sentence models so you can create your own sentences in English.
Yes, this is very important because practice helps you speak with confidence.
Let's start with a simple structure. In my family, we usually...
You can complete this sentence in many ways.
For example, In my family, we usually eat together on Sundays.
Or, in my family, we usually watch a movie on Friday night.
Another example, in my family, we usually visit my grandparents during holidays. Now, another useful structure. We have a tradition of,
This is great to talk about habits.
for example, we have a tradition of cooking together.
Or, we have a tradition of calling our relatives every weekend.
You can also say, we celebrate,
For example, we celebrate birthdays with cake and music.
or we celebrate New Year with our family.
If you want to keep it very simple, you can say, this is our tradition.
Or we do this every year.
These are perfect if you feel nervous.
You can also ask questions like, what do you recommend for family traditions? Or what do you usually do with your family?
If you don't understand something, you can say, sorry, can you repeat that?
Or did you say dinner or dessert?
These small phrases help you communicate in real life.
Remember, simple English is powerful.
Don't worry if your sentence is not perfect. Just speak. Keep going. You're doing great.
Study English every day and try to use these sentences in your daily life. So, today we talked about family traditions around the world.
Yes, and we learned how traditions can be about food, celebrations, respect, and memories.
We also saw that traditions don't need to be expensive or perfect.
They just need meaning, connection, and love. Now let me ask you something. What is a tradition in your family?
Do you eat together on special days? Do you have a favorite meal or a special celebration?
Think about it and try to talk about it in English.
Even simple sentences are enough. Remember, communication is more important than perfection.
So, are you going to practice today?
Or are you going to wait again?
Small steps every day can change your English and your life.
Keep practicing. Keep improving.
If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Share this video with a friend who is also learning English.
And tell us in the comments, what is your favorite family tradition?
We'd love to read your answers.
Take care.
And see you next time.